Hey, this is Jamie Christensen. Welcome to tonight's race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We were having some technical difficulties there to begin with, but in the booth tonight we got myself and Mike Fair broadcasting the race for you. We're already under caution under lap 9 as Corey Wharton got loose there. But how's it going tonight, Mike?
Oh, good. It's good to be back in the broadcasting booth. We was doing that red light race on Monday, and it's good to be back for NASCAR here on the Wednesday. Sucks that we had a little bit of technical problems, but it's good that we're up and running now.
Yeah, absolutely. And pretty excited about being back at Charlotte. Charlotte's always a fast race. Drivers really enjoy going around this one as it's a constant challenge to get around the track. So I think it's going to be a good one tonight. But sticking to tradition here, who are you picking tonight?
Well, normally my pick is the leader right now, Mike Abbott, and that's probably a pretty safe pick. But I think tonight I'm going to go with John Furshing Jr. He's a quick one.
Yeah, I would agree. I know.
But you got to pick somebody else. You can't agree.
Yeah, I know. I've gone with John before myself. He's always fast. But I'm actually going to go with our partner in crime here in the booth. I'm actually going to go with Dustin Phillips this evening. I think he's overdue, and I think we're going to see him charge to the front here.
Yeah, it's good to see Dustin back on the track. I know he's decided he's going to join us in the booth for the next season. But he wanted to get one last race next night. Looks like we got some cars bouncing off the wall there.
Yeah, there's plenty of traffic out there tonight. It's going to be interesting watching these guys get into the corner because everybody lets off at a little bit different spot. But that makes for some great racing, but you really got to be on your game going into the corner. As we see the 4 there, kind of have to check up.
Oh, like Corey got into somebody there. We got another caution.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Dale Albright and Tim Lewis were involved in that.
Let's see if we can try and go take a look at it. I don't know if my replays are working, but we're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, that was the 8 of Jeff File there. He was definitely involved in that. Yeah, it looked like Wharton and the 15 got together a little bit, John Furshing Jr., and sent some cars around. Tim Lewis hard into the pit there. It's, these guys are probably gonna have to calm down a little bit and get it squared away. Might need to spread that field out a little bit. It's a little bit early to be getting this amount of cautions in this early in the race.
It's a bit of a contrast from Monday when they went 100 laps with only one caution. You were in that race. It was good seeing everyone giving each other room. I think here it's a little bit different. It's a fast track. Cars tend to stick to each other, so guys got to just give each other that room.
Yeah, I would agree. We do have Mike Abbott out there in first, and with conditions like we're having, it probably pays to be out front.
Yeah, it might be the case. And yeah, my pick is coming out of the pits there. Looks like he got his car fixed up.
Yeah, John Furshing Jr. looks like he's currently running 14th right now after that incident. He's probably used up one of his quick repairs. I'm assuming that he did, and you got to use those sparingly. I know we're looking to reduce the number of quick repairs that we use, but in any instance. He's fixed. He's back out on the track, and hopefully they give each other a little bit of room here.
So next season starts up in a couple of weeks. You excited about it?
Yeah, absolutely. When I go ahead while we're under caution here and go to this our schedule for starting June 3rd for our Pro Series. We got some really good tracks up there, starting out with Iowa and going into Bristol and then Daytona for the first three. I know our drivers are really excited about doing that, and those are going to bring on some good racing right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think that'll give a chance to everybody to get settled in. We got some interesting races next season. We're going to Monza. That should be an interesting race, and we're also racing at the Glen. So there's two races that could be crapshoots for sure.
Yeah, and with the introduction of the chase into all of it, with two different payouts, one for being in the chase and one for the top car outside of the chase, I think it's going to be great racing all around.
Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to get it started.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
I was going to say that reminds me, we are giving away some prizes tonight. I figured, we had a random number generator that was available to be put into the broadcast on Monday. We don't have that here, but I do have a random number generator, so everyone's going to have to just take my word for it. I'm not going to be picking any favorites. We're going to be completely above board here, but we'll pick a number at lap 50. We'll pick a number at lap 75. Both of those will be for a $5 prize, and then at the end of the race, we'll do the final standings for the $10 prize. So we got some laps. The way that things are going right now, it might be a little while before we get to lap 50.
Well, these guys, I would consider them professionals. They just need to get squared away. And, I think you brought it up, and I think you're right. This is a different kind of track than what we've been running here recently, and they're just running a lot closer together than they have before in the past, and it requires them to give a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We get them back under green going into one here. You can see how all the cars are bunched up. That 8's getting pretty squirrely in the back there. Jeff does keep it under control.
Yep. We got a nice little gap between the leaders and this middle pack, so looks like Mike Abbott's got his hands full with Nate LaFleur and David Howard both looking for that first place position.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, Mike likes seeing them fight like that behind him. It should be able to open up a bit of a gap here before they get single filed out.
Well, did you happen to notice who was running side by side? It's our favorite drivers, the 2 and the 48.
Yeah, Corey and Josh have, they got magnets on those cars. They like to get together. They were running well in practice. I noticed that they were fighting each other pretty clean under practice. So Dustin's in the wall there. Looks like he should be able to keep it on the track. He does. As I was saying, they were running pretty hard, pretty close, going back and forth, and there was no incident during practice, so I think they were just feeling each other out, but hopefully they can do the same thing again here on the track and not cause an incident and get each other upset. I know on Monday they did run into each other a bit, but I'd like to say that they're going to forget about it. I don't think so.
Yeah, we got David Howard looking for that position under Corey Warden. I don't know if Corey's just going to move over and let him take it. It seems kind of early to be fighting for the position, and Corey does go high on the track.
Yep.
And does give him that position, so.
I think the guys realize that we need to get some laps though to caution. They've all spread out pretty good here. They're in single file. I know we've got a little bit of fight going on in the back, but looks like everyone's pretty settled in now. Oh, 72. Wow, what a save there. He got a little loose, but got it collected before turn it around.
Yeah, and just like we talked about, I mean, they spread out a little bit, and I think by doing so, they're a little bit better off. It looked like we had one car get in the wall there for a second. Was that Raymond Edge that got into the wall?
Looked like that was Kevin O'Brien that just got just a little tap on the wall there, but he collected it as well.
up front, you know, we got Mike Abbott. He's still enjoying that about a half-second lead there over David Howard.
Yeah, if you look at his starting position, he started 10th, and the lowest position that he's actually crossed the finish line in is second. So that first lap, he made up 10 positions, and yeah, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
or
Mike.
8 positions, yeah.
Yeah, Mike's not messing around tonight. You know, this race, honestly, Mike has got the feel of like an all-star race.
Yeah, it's kind of a mid-season race where it's exhibition, no points, and we're giving money away. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, look, Charlotte's always good time to race at.
All right, so this is the battle we're gonna watch here for a little bit. Now, when they were practicing, it was reversed. Corey was behind Josh, and he was getting sucked up pretty easily, and was letting off, prevent him from turning him. But we'll see if Josh can do the same thing here. Cars get really close together. When you get on the corner, it'll loosen up that car.
And I just go back to what I said earlier. It's lap 23, boys. You know, I don't know if it's worth fighting over that position. You know, because I'm wondering a little bit if Josh is thinking, you know, I'm faster, I'm there. But you know, like I've heard you and others talk about it in the past, the driver in front of you does not have to concede that position. It's your responsibility to get around them clean. So
I agree with you. It is definitely a passer's requirement to get around. Looks like he's gonna make a move here. Oh,
I seen that one coming. I seen it coming. Yeah, I seen it coming. It was Josh looked underneath him there. Yeah, it didn't look like Corey gave him a whole lot of room.
No, but I don't. I blame both drivers of that situation. I think these guys know that they get around each other and they don't give each other room, and that's what happens. They know that this happens every time they get around. They can race with other people, no problem, but when these two get together, that no room is given, no love is lost, and it's just.
Yeah, they're gonna reap what they sow here. Well, and the one thing while that was going on, David Howard got around Mike Abbott for first place there, so. And Mike's been out there a little while. I think we're going to see him come in, get some tires, get it cleaned up, and I think we're going to see Mike battling back again for first place there. But, another person to not count out of the mix is Max in the 42 car there. Max is always fast, and he's been a winner here the last couple times these two groups have gotten together.
Yeah, Max, a fellow Canadian, he does really well over at Red Light. I think he won the exhibition race on Monday, and I'm sure he'd like to go two in a row.
Oh, yeah. Get the sweep. Get that guy the broom.
Let's see what we do here. Are we going to get some 2 tire takers? Everyone's going to take 4? I think we're going to take 4 here.
Yeah, I would take 4. We're under caution. You want your car in the best position to go the long haul, assuming we can get a lot of laps under green flag here. But I think if it was under green, we'd go with 2. But I'm seeing guys going with 4.
Most guys went with 4. A couple drivers were actually in earlier. John, this is his second pit stop because remember he came in for that quick repair.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he did only take 2 that stop. That puts him back in back first place. I like my pick again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think John had enough of being back there in traffic. I'm convinced that you want to be up front in tonight's race until things settle out and settle down a little bit. Looks like the 4 of Tim Lewis has kind of rebounded nicely. The last time we checked in on him, he was sliding through the infield into the inside wall. So it looks like he's recovered nicely. Tim's a good quality driver, and is always trying to take care of his equipment. So it's kind of rough to see him having to go through and getting caught up in somebody else's accident there. So good to see him back and squared away.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's pretty much still on the lead lap. I don't think we've got anybody a lap down yet. We do have a couple drivers not on the track, but I don't know if... but Jason Garrett did turn 21 laps. I don't know, maybe if he's damaged, but he's gone, he's off the track, and Greg doesn't look like he started the race. So we're left with 14 drivers right now.
Yeah, I did notice that as well.
Let's look out the front window here of Corey's car. I think this will be a fun view for when we go to the green.
Yeah, I would agree.
Oh, he's a smart move. He's gonna pit. He would have been started directly behind Josh there.
Well, not only that, but he would have, Dustin on the outside there. So I don't know what's going on with the 5 of Phillips there, but maybe he's just waiting for this stuff to play out, and maybe it's good to be either in the front or in the far back. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, he's got a special paint scheme that he wanted to show off tonight.
And he was fast in practice, so I expected him to be fast here during the race. Like I said, I picked Dustin going into this thing, and I'm hoping he'll be there in the end. You really got to take care of that equipment out there, and with these incidents that we've been having, we're going to see this field get a lot smaller if these guys don't get it together.
Yeah, only 2 quick repairs tonight, and a couple of them have been used up, so...
You think it's too early to be saving fuel?
Never too early to save fuel.
I think they might be convinced that we're not done with the cautions.
I'm pretty convinced of that too. We'll see here.
Yeah, going back green. John, looked like he had a little trouble there on the restart. Mike Abbott was all over that back bumper. I think it looked like Kevin O'Brien had some problems back there on the restart too.
Yeah, he looked like he was on his shoulder there, but he's back on the track.
Raymond Edge up to 4th. Ooh, I think we've seen the 4 of Tim Lewis getting the wall there, and he's back in there again.
No caution though.
Oh, what's going on here?
Not sure why Corey stopped on the track. And he towed.
I wonder if him and the 4 were involved in an incident
Possibly.
there.
I think it looked like Josh got it into somebody, but without checking the replay, it's something else.
Yeah, and I can see Tim Lewis way under speed right now, just trying to get back to pit road. Well, David Howard's really hanging on to that lead right now. Mike Abbott is right on the bumper, though.
Looks like Mike's making a pass there.
Ooh. Mike, he got into that corner and looked like his car wanted to drift up there. He looked like he was doing all he could do to keep off of him.
Yeah, these cars get aero tight when you're behind someone close, and if you power into that corner, you can definitely drift up into somebody. So you'll see these guys back off and try and be polite, but it's tough to make a pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And look who's knocking on the door. Your driver, John Fershing Jr. He's all over these two, waiting for them to make up their mind as to what they're going to do. Possibly even trying to take advantage of it and move himself into first place.
Yeah, if I was going to watch these guys fight it out, I would be happy with cruising at about this distance, Seeing what's going on.
Yeah, keep the tires cool. You know, just run your line, run your race. Um, you know, when you put two cars like that in close proximity, it gets a little bit interesting. Looks like Mike's going to take that position here under David Howard.
You can see how John was able to catch them when they're fighting like this, no problem.
Yep. You know, John just comes out of 3 and just comes off the gas just a little bit and bam, right back in. And looks like we got a pretty close some competition going on there in the 4th and 5th position between Max and Nate LaFleur. Nate to the outside, gets the position.
Yeah, it looks like Max kind of stepped inside and ran by. Yeah, it's still early. It's 37 laps, so you know, we got some drivers making some smart choices.
Yeah, and that's good to see because, you know, these guys spent a lot of time practicing yesterday. You know, we had the open practice session. Some of them have been practicing on their own. You don't want to get into the race and have your car all torn up in the first 10 laps. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. Can we check in on Tim Lewis? I don't know if I'm not showing him moving, so either he's getting some repairs in the pit there, or he may have actually retired.
Yeah, that car is definitely not in drivable condition. It looks like he's sitting trying to get some repairs done, but yeah, that car might be there for a bit.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you know, right before the restart, it was good to see Tim Lewis back out there after that incident. There's nothing that frustrates a driver more than being caught up in somebody else's accident. But in some of those things you just can't avoid. They're racing incidents, but you know, I think in the first few laps, the expectation would be that there'd be a lot of a give and take. Well, are you getting your random number generator ready? It looks like we're about 10 away from the picking the prize here.
Yeah, I do have it all set up. We've got it set up to pick a number between 1 and 15 because we have 15 drivers start the race. Even if you didn't finish the race, you're still eligible for the prizes.
Raven Edge, he's had a fast car in practice, and he was up there to 4th. It looks like he's fallen back to 7th, and I can't tell if that's just due to, you know, taking it easy and letting the race play out, or if he was struggling a little bit there.
I don't know. We'll have to check back with him a little bit later.
Yeah,
looks like he's gonna make a move here on Jeff in a couple laps.
And just right behind them, we got Dustin Phillips, you know, running in the 9th position. Doesn't look like he's got anything to worry about. He's got Dale Albright just in front of him there, so just putting down some laps. And again, it looks like Mike Abbott is really got some competition there with David Howard right on his bumper. These 3 up front have just been going at it. It's some good racing up there.
Yeah, I definitely like seeing them swap positions like that.
You know, what do you think, Mike? If you're in that 3-car pack up there, what car do you want to be? I mean, part of me says that the driver part of you wants to be leading it, but that's a lot of pressure when you're looking out of the rear view mirror more than you are looking out the front windshield.
Yeah, I think at this point in the race, man, as long as I'm in these 3 you know, I'm at the front. I can make moves if I want. I'm happy. I can run around in third. I can run around in first. I can run around second. Whatever. I'm happy with being in line until we get, 20 laps to go. Then we're gonna start playing.
Yeah,
I say that these guys are gonna play right now.
Yeah, we see some position swapping, but as they're doing this, and again bringing up something that you brought up previously, you see Nate LaFleur and Max taking advantage of that and closing the gap.
Yeah, that's true. And these guys are gonna fight. Nate here, he can see the leaders. They're definitely. He's watching what's going on. He knows he's gonna gain some time on them with them driving the way they are. So he's in a good spot right now too.
Yeah, he is, and his car seems to really be handling good. I mean, you don't see a lot of jerkiness in him trying to get that car to catch and get around. It just seems real smooth coming off the gas and right back on it through the corners. And again, he is closing that gap in between him and the leaders. By chance, Mike, do you recall what the fuel window was?
I did a couple laps. I don't recall what the fuel window was. They are running a 50% tank, so it's probably in the 33, 32 lap range.
Yeah, and as we're talking there, we just watched Mike Abbott get into the side of John Furshing Jr. there. Little smoke. Looks like Mike's having some problems, and he's being challenged down by Nate LaFleur for the third position.
Yeah, those tires are probably getting used up a bit at this point. Dave was riding behind these two, saving his tires early on, what we said. So he might be a little bit more comfortable right now.
Yeah, and if we stay green, I'm guessing we're going to see pit stops with 2 tires.
All right, we're about to cross over for our lap 50. We'll do our first draw. Oh man.
Mike into the wall. Mike Abbott into the wall. He's able to collect it. Keep going.
Yeah, there was a little bit of net code there. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact.
Well, he's definitely going to use a quick repair when he comes in because, and luckily for him, he's been up front. So hopefully this will be his first one. He can get right back into it. But you can see that there's some significant damage on that car.
Yeah, good thing it happened late in the run, so he should be coming in pretty soon anyways. All right, first number generator, let's go here. Click that button, number 15. So 15th right now. Sorry, 14. Number 14 was released. Number 14 would be Corey Wharton. Second last, he's retired from the race, but hey, he's getting $5.
Hey, $5. That can't beat that. Well, maybe you can use that to fix up the car.
Maybe.
David Howard now has opened up about a 1 second lead over John Furshing Jr. And he's got to be enjoying that, and he's probably hoping to see this one stay green for a while.
Yeah, when these cars start stretching out like that, and you're on the front, you don't mind seeing the green. You feel a little bit different when you're stretched out and in the back.
You see Mike Abbott go down another position, back to 5th place behind Max there. Yeah, he's got some significant damage there on the right front quarter panel.
Yeah. Let's take a look at some of the times as they cross the line here. Mike's running 30s. 30.2, and all the cars are running in front of him 29, so he's off the pace, but he's not that far off the pace.
Some of these guys in the back too, I bet they're just wishing that that we could see a yellow here. I think they'd like to see the field get close again. I'm I'm kind of wondering if Mike isn't thinking about coming in. I mean, it might work to his advantage to be on a completely different fuel.
Yeah, I agree. He's, not surprised he's still out there, to be honest.
Well, when you put up the fastest lap times there, he's still running the equivalent of pretty much the majority of the field. Only the guys in front of him are running faster laps. I guess Dale Albright ran one in the 29s, but he's just running barely over 30 with a damaged car.
Yeah, that's quite amazing, actually, to be honest. Hearing over the radio that we're going to see some cars pit. Looks like the leader is dropping in.
Comes David Howard. Got to watch that pit road speed. Don't want to be caught getting penalized for too fast entering.
See, we got and the 4's rolling.
He is. Good for him. Good to see him back out there.
Looks like mostly two tire stops here.
I'm still showing John Fershing Jr. is our leader here, but it does look like he's coming into the pits, and we should just see the field cycle through here. Doesn't look like Tim's completely up to speed. Is there any way we can get an in-car shot of his car here? Oh yeah, he's still got some significant damage there.
Yeah, that car looks like it might be a bit of a handful at the moment.
Showing Tim 24 laps down after getting the car repaired and back out on the track.
Well, the car might turn a little bit easier at this slow speed.
Yeah, but I think he'd take a new car over a good turning one.
Yeah, I agree. Alright, so I've got Mike in second place, 7 seconds behind David. So that pit cycle worked out well for Dave.
Yeah, but David looked like real loose coming out of 4 there, as he's got Josh Buckley right behind him. I'm not really sure what was going on there. I don't know if David was just trying to go around Josh and just swung the back end of that car in front of Josh. But he looked loose coming out of 4. And there, in fact, he did there
again,
as well. Yeah.
Well, he only took 2 tires, so... And I'm hearing over the radio exactly that. He doesn't like those 2 tires.
You know, he might want to just let him go. I don't know why he's really racing him here. And he does.
As you say that, yeah.
I mean, the last thing you want to have happen is you lose control of the car when you've got a 6-second lead over the second place car.
Lead is closing though with 7 seconds when they exited, and it's 6.3. So we'll have to keep an eye on that gap and see if it continues to close, or if once the tires kind of equalize. But they are both running 2 tires, so.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we didn't mention is that Josh was trying to get his lap back, and now Josh being out in front of David Howard is actually the last car on the lead lap, but he's also 29 seconds obviously behind the leader.
Yeah, you know, we got 38 laps to go. Anything can happen. We could see another red caution here. Close it up.
Didn't look like Tim was too happy with his vehicle. I see him back in on the pit road again.
Yep, get actually that car might actually be a little bit more damaged than it was.
So can we see the lap times after we got 2 fresh ones on? Yeah, we got a lot of guys running in the 29s now again.
Yeah, Mike is not quicker than leader, so that at least that last lap, so he might be falling back a bit. But we do got some Max and Nate LaFleur there. They're definitely pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, David went around Josh again, so it looks like Josh is now 1 lap down. So as of right now, we did have 3 cars a lap down. Looks like Kevin O'Brien in the 84. Looks like he's taken his car to the garage.
It's a pretty good fight going on here for third.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think some of these guys just want to see a green flag here, want to be able to just consistently hit their marks. You know, when you get a caution or when you come into the pits to get tires, a lot of times that throws you off of what you were doing previously. So, just looking for some green flag laps here with only 34 to go. You know, we do have the 67 of Andrew Packer, and you know, Andrew's just joined us here recently. I think I drove with him the other night. He was some good competition there, so good to see Andrew out on the track. It's got a pretty interesting paint scheme there, and from what I seen earlier, he was definitely just finding his way around the track. Seemed to be pretty courteous. Wasn't trying to hold anybody up, so. While he's running 11th, he's still ahead of 5 other vehicles out there. So looks like he's got a little bit of damage. I was just gonna say at least he's kept the car clean, but you know, obviously slowing him down a little bit, but still out there.
Yeah, it looks like that car has met the wall on probably coming out of turn 4. That wall can be pretty annoying.
Yeah, and he's got an interesting arc into that corner. He takes it high and then tries to come down through the middle of it. You don't do it right, you'll definitely find yourself into the wall, usually on the exiting. Good battle here between these 3 cars. John Furshing under Mike Abbott. Max right there in the mix. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out for Mike, because Max is wanting to go right behind John Furshing there.
Yeah, it's kind of like follow the leader. You got one car going, you're that hole there, you can definitely fill it. That's the third place car, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the door was open and he was going to go through it if Mike let him. And Mike didn't look like he was too interested in mixing it up with only 29 left to go. Dustin Phillips back up to 6th place.
Yeah, he's comfortably running around by himself. He's about 9 seconds from Nate.
I wonder what's going on with Dale and Raymond back there in 7th and 8th position. You know, I don't see any damage on their car, but like I said, you know, even if the car is good, you still got to have that steering ratio set up. You've got to have the offset where you want it. And if you get in the race and you don't have those things where you want to be, it can be a long race.
You can see here that Raymond's running a good half a second, almost a second more than the leaders there. But yeah, you speak on the, these are fixed setups we run, but for a fixed setup, there's still a lot of stuff you can change, and those steering ratios and the offsets and such, they can really change the handling of the car.
Now we are running default weather tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a little bit warmer than we're used to, a little bit more humidity, but it is still a night race, so the track temperature will be relatively low. But yes, we are running a default weather tonight for this exhibition race. Makes the car just a little bit more loose, which you've seen a couple cars kind of come around.
Yeah, we definitely see it with David Howard here. This reminds me of the race the other night when Kevin Harvick was out front. The last thing with a considerable lead, the last thing you want to see here with only 25 to go is a caution flag when you've got a 7-second lead over everyone else.
All right, it's 25 to go. We got another $5 card to give away. Let me hit that random number. It's going to be between 1 and 15. Looks like we got the number 8. So number 8, we look at our standings. Jeff File.
Nice.
Cool, $5 for Jeff File. So that's $5 for Corey and $5 for Jeff. Got one more to give away. We're going to give away $10 at the end of the race. 24 laps. Looks like we got some drivers getting ready to pit here.
Yeah, we've got a couple cars either in the pits or slowing down here. Whether it's we've got Josh Buckley, Nate LaFleur, Raymond Edge. They're all coming in for pit stops.
Yeah, we're inside that last window now, so they're just going to come in. Probably, I think I'd want 4 tires, but I'm sure we'll get some figures.
Yeah, with only 23 laps, I'm not, I'm coming in. Maybe I'm getting 2, maybe I'm not. I'm definitely not getting a full tank of gas, I don't believe.
No, you definitely don't need a full tank here. 15's still sitting there after taking all of his tires.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. And David Howard's in right behind him, so he gives up that lead. Dustin Phillips is going to lead a lap here.
I'm sure there was a speeding penalty there.
Ah, that is not what he wanted to see. Dustin Phillips to the front, and I was wondering if he was going to come in. Looks like he's staying out there. He's got a 2-second lead over Dale Albright right now. And he's actually got a 20-second lead over David Howard, which should be our first car, I believe, from those that cycled through the pit stops.
Possibly. I think Josh, didn't he come in?
Yeah, he might have, but David's already gone around Josh, so...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Now, I'm trying to... Do we know when the last time Dustin pitted?
Well, he's been in twice. Everybody else on the track has been in 3 times, so I don't think he's going the whole way. Unless he's, we were commenting on how he was a little bit slower than we would have expected from him, so unless he was saving some gas, and I don't think he was saving that much, though. He's going to be in any time.
Well, you got to hand it, though, to the second place we were just talking about, and Dale Albright, out there in second. And he's actually pitted 3 times, so...
He is, but I think he was involved in that first wreck, so I don't think he's got enough either, but we'll see.
But I don't know. I'm pretty excited because a lot of times when we call these races, we do see a lot of the same drivers up front. And I would like to see one of these drivers like Dale Albright, Jeff File, Andrew Packer. You know, I'm rooting for that underdog, right? Or that one that maybe just doesn't have the setup as maybe some of those quicker guys. I'd like to see them in victory lane, or at least in the top 3. Yeah, Dale's looking pretty sharp out there. We've only got 17 to go, so. Dustin Phillips continues to stay out on the track. Still enjoying that 18-second lead. Looks like David Howard's been able to get about 2 seconds on him there, but I think if I'm Dustin Phillips, you can hear those tires going away on his car.
I don't know how long he's gonna stay out here. You know, for every lap, like if he can't make it to the end, every lap he does on slower tires.
Here he comes.
Here he comes in right now.
If I'm him, I just I struggle getting even right sides.
See what he does. I think you got to take enough gas. I think you're gonna take right sides. Like it's probably about a 5-second fuel stop.
Yeah, David Howard's going to be coming around here pretty quick. Looks
no tire. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got to take right sides after we've seen him struggling there, going through the corner. He's got to get some traction. Now he's got to remember to keep it under 50. And he's back out on the track. And with that pit stop, he's going to find himself back in the 7th position. David Howard takes over that lead. 15 to go with Jeff File. Actually, I'm sorry, Nate LaFleur, sorry, in 2nd position now, 6 seconds back off of David Howard. So when is it time to make your move, Mike? You know, for me, it's always around 10 to go, and we're sitting at 14 laps remaining. And if I'm Max or Nate or some of these other guys that are running side by side, it's time to go here.
Oh, it's definitely, we're past go time. I think if you're Nate right now, you're running as fast as you can, trying to close to Dave. I don't know if you make up 6 seconds in 13 laps. You probably could, but with Max putting pressure on, I think right now the battle's for 2nd place.
Looks like we've got about 7 cars here on the lead lap. Josh Buckley being the last one on the lead lap here. But yeah, good battle here between Max and Nate.
It's definitely the closest battle right now on the track. Oh, there is a caution.
Ooh, your driver, John Frisching Jr. David Howard did not want to see this one.
I wonder if we can take a look and see what happened here.
We got John just coming in out of turn 2 here. So we'll follow him around the track as he goes into 3. The accident was in the tri-oil, so. Oh, and he just gets loose.
Yeah, it looks like they were wrecking behind him, but they kept it on the track, and then he just got loose. That's a single car incident.
Well, good for him. I mean, keeping it off the wall. Probably wasn't real happy about it, but go back up to David Howard. Are you coming in for tires if you're David Howard?
Oh, if I'm David Howard, I'm probably not. If I'm Nate LaFleur, I probably am.
Exactly, because I don't want to be the only one out there with no tires, because you will get blown by real quick, real fast.
The funny thing is, right now we've got a couple cars in between. Oh no, we don't. Never mind. Yeah, we do. David Howard's in first. Nate is 4 cars back, right? So David's going to have to make a decision, and he's not going to be able to look in his rearview mirror to see if Nate's coming in because he's got a bit of a separation. I think if I'm Nate, I'm coming in.
And then you got Raymond Edge in between those cars a lap down. So
Yeah, those guys aren't coming in. They can't come in. So it's going to be a tough choice. We're going to have to see what happens.
and David Howard, I think if those guys hold back just a little bit, David Howard's going to miss the opportunity to get into pit road if those other guys come in.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be stuck out there with these guys coming to get tires, and they'll gobble him up on the restart. Oh, Nate stays out, tries to make it look like they're coming in. Those lap cars came in, so it looks like they were probably had the decision to make the lap before, and they all stayed out. Interesting choice. I think I'm surprised we didn't see someone come in to take tires.
Well, yeah. After a certain point, I'd come in and get 4 brand new ones.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm John Fershing Jr., I'm going to let it ride, and I'm taking 4, and I'm going to try to get that car to the front. I am really surprised we didn't see more cars pit. Tires mean a lot here at this track.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just as surprised as you are. Well, at least they're all in the same playing field, so it could be a pretty interesting final to this race.
I have a feeling we haven't seen our last caution.
Yep. One of these days, the iRacing has to implement the green-white checker. I have a feeling that this one could end under yellow.
Yeah, I would agree. That, and I know you guys were talking about it in the last broadcast, but with that dynamic traction around the track, I can't wait till they do something with that as well.
I'd love to be able to lay down some rubber and have that dynamic, the track come in and that high groove come in a lot better.
Yep, I would absolutely agree.
Well, it looks like they're going side by side. That means we're coming to the green next time by.
Uh-oh. Looks like Nate LaFleur kind of disappeared there. I was hoping he wasn't having connection issues. Dustin Phillips up to up to 4th position. So my driver's up to the 4th position with 8 laps to go, coming to the green. So he's probably
go ahead and ride this. We'll take this restart with Dustin and see what happens in front of him here.
Yeah, because these guys aren't holding back. Just like you were talking about earlier, you thought it was time to go at 15 to go. Here we're sitting at 8 to go. We're under yellow, and nobody's going to be holding back. There's going to be no give in the corners whatsoever. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Well, here we go. Pace car's off. Green flag. Looks like everybody gets a really good start. Two by two going into the corner. Abbott under LaFleur. Oh, it's a parking lot on the backstretch. Max is drifting up. He's really close to Dustin there.
Nate was right up against the wall too. Oh, Dustin comes down. That's rubbing there. Opens up the door for Buckley.
David Howard, he's got to be happy to see him fighting back there.
Looks like Dustin tries to take the outside this time.
Oh, Max and Dustin are just side by side going into that corner. And it's hard to say. I'm not sure if I want to be on the inside right now.
No, it's nerve-wracking. You can see Max ended up getting some grass on the front end there.
Oh! Andrew Packard gets loose. He's able to hold on to it, though. Good for him. just think with Mike Abbott there, with a car on the outside, he just can't run that line like he wants to.
No, both the outside and inside. You run it through that tri-oval. You kind of want to use both lines. It's very hard to be quick there. When you're stuck on the outside or stuck right down the inside. 4 laps to go. Looks like they're finally kind of stretching out here.
Ooh, Buckley on the inside of Phillips. Phillips just behind Abbott. Kind of looks like Dustin's got some company there with Max on the outside of him. These guys are running some really great lines, some clean lines. It's really good to see. Looks like Dustin's just got his hands full there. Looks like he's going to lose 2 positions because Buckley wants to go around him as well. Oh, I'm pretty sure Buckley and Phillips got into each other. Buckley up the wall. 2 to go.
Yeah, they were racing real hard there. I like seeing that at the end of the race. You know, if that happens at the end of the race, I understand. If it happens 5 laps in, I'm questioning it.
Yep, I would agree. You know, white flag. David Howard. He's got that nice cushion, 1 second lead over Nate LaFleur and Mike Abbott. Max right on the bumper of Mike Abbott there. Should be coming to the start finish here. David Howard's going to be your winner this evening. Congratulations to him.
It was a pretty exciting race those last minute. We went all the way. I was expecting another caution. That was some good hard racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Got David Howard in first, Nate LaFleur in second, Mike Abbott in third, Max Therabo in fourth, Dustin Phillips in fifth, Dale Albright in sixth, Josh Buckley in seventh. After that, getting caught up in with Dustin there. Josh Buckley in seventh, and looks like in eighth place we got John Fershing Jr., Raymond Edge in ninth, Jeff File in 10th, Andrew Packard in 11th, Kevin O'Brien is 12th, Tim Lewis 13th, Corey Wharton 14th, Jason Garrett in 15th, and Greg Thomas I believe didn't start tonight in 16th. So there's our podium, first, second, and third. David Howard, Nate LaFleur, Mike Abbott. Some great racing by those guys.
Well, let's go ahead and give out the last prize here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Random number, and hey, first place. So he gets so David Howard Jr. gets a nice little $10 bonus.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool to see. He'll be excited to. Hopefully, we can pull him into the broadcast booth and have a chat with him.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him down here. David, congratulations, man. That was a pretty crazy finish. You got to pull away while they were fighting behind you. Give us your thoughts on the race.
Just a awesome race, Michael. Got to thank you guys putting this deal on, and man, we had a rocket ship tonight.
Yeah, you looked fast out there right from the very beginning, between you and Nate and Mike Abbott and some others. It would look like a constant battle up there. But at the very beginning of the race, it looked like there was quite a few cautions. You either wanted to be in the front or in the back. So can you kind of speak to how the race played out for you?
Yeah, absolutely. My teammate, Timothy Lewis, I feel bad for him. He actually started on the other end of the pack and wound up getting in a bunch of messes and using up his resets. And so I guess my guess would be to the best thing is to qualify up front and try to race around, race around the front.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the broadcast as well. This is one of the tracks that we haven't been to that really brings the cars together. Some of the other ones, you've got multiple lanes, you've got a longer track. This is 1.5 mile track, and the cars are really close. So there was a lot of competition going on, no matter where you were at on the track. So again, congratulations on the race, and I think Mike has got some news for you about the random drawing we had.
Yeah, you were the last drawing for the $10 prize. Went to the number one place, so you got a nice little $10 bonus tonight.
Hey man, that's awesome, Mike. I got to tell you guys, thank you, big thank you to Jeremy Patterson from Red Light. I wouldn't be here with you guys if it wasn't for him, and mainly you guys for putting the show on tonight, man. I love the guys you got in this league, and I believe I'll be sticking around for a while.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it. We got the next season starting up, in a couple weeks, and hell, we're excited. I think it's going to be great having you guys come over and Jeremy getting some races in, and yeah, I'm excited. This one didn't start out as cleanly as I would have hoped, but it finished with some good hard racing. It was really exciting to watch.
Yeah, 10-4. You know us race car drivers, we're kind of hard-headed, bud. So you got to give us a few laps to get our brains back under us,
Well, congratulations again, man, and we'll let you go. We'll pick some other people's brains here.
All right, 10-4. Thank you, man.
All right, let's see if we can get second place Nate LaFleur down here for a little bit of a post-race interview.
Sounds good.
Nate, congratulations, second place finish. Tell us your thoughts on the race tonight.
I don't know. I got just the cards were right tonight. I don't know. I was struggling all last night and all practice before the race tonight, and I could not do more than one lap in a row consistently or with any sort of speed. I don't know. My pit strategy kind of worked. I took 4 on that first green flag stop and 2 on the last one, and pitted before I needed to, fuel wise, because I could make it to the end, and it just played out good to where I was, in the top 3 when that last caution came out, and I was able to hold off the guys behind me. But there was definitely some fast guys behind me, Mike Abbott and Max Terrio and all them guys. They were definitely chomping at the bit, and I was just lucky to be able to hold them off.
Yeah, it looked really interesting out there tonight. And we spoke to David Howard right before we spoke with you, and it was the race started out kind of interesting because we had a couple cautions early on. It was a little bit different than the other night where we went the whole race with only one, and here within the first 25 laps we had a couple. So can you kind of speak to how the start of the race went for you?
Well, I mean, for me, it was all right. I mean, there was definitely some things going on behind me and around me. It just seems like everyone was kind of anxious to get as much ground as they could when the tires were still good, and it was causing some problems, and some people were getting their tempers flared up because of it, and it was just, I don't know, it was a lot of back and forth between a handful of guys at the front, and it sort of ended up sorting itself out, and as you can see, we had some good green flag running at the end.
Yeah, and that's what we expected to see, and we were talking about that during the broadcast as well. If the guys just need to give a little bit in the beginning there and put some distance between them and the drivers around them until it played out. I mean, you know as a driver that if you're faster than the guy in front of you and you give him the position, eventually you're going to get around him. So. But again, congratulations on the second place finish. Anybody want to give a quick shout out to while we got you on here?
Yeah, just my dad, John Ferging, and Josh Buckley. We've been working together the past couple weeks. We kind of got a little team thing going, and it's definitely been a big help to have a third guy in there with me and my dad. Just to put their input in on like lines and pit strategy and stuff like that, just to kind of help get through the race a little bit more consistently. It's been pretty fun. I'm looking forward to this upcoming point season for sure with them.
Yeah, the one thing we got going on that is a little bit different than most leagues is our team point scoring as well. So it's good to see a couple teams form up. I'm going to be posting official teams, in the next couple of weeks. But I like seeing that kind of that teamwork, people working together and working online. So it's good to see another team form up.
Yeah, no doubt. It's definitely going to be an interesting season for sure.
Well, Nate, once again, congratulations on that second place finish. Looking forward to seeing you in the season.
All right, thanks. Sounds good.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
All right, let's get our third place finisher, Mike Abbott, in for our post-race interview here. Mike, congratulations on that second or third place finish. Tell us about the race.
Well, it was interesting, I guess you could say.
We seen you up front all evening long, and then we seen a couple of instances there where I think we seen you get into John Fershing Jr. a little bit, and then a little bit into the wall. So probably wasn't exactly what you wanted to see play out, but it looked like the tires were going away from you a little bit there during the middle of the race.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I kind of checked up there so I didn't slide into John on my outside, and then a couple laps later, Nate was below me and he kind of pushed up, and I don't know if it was a net code or if we did make a little bit of contact, but it did send me up into the wall, and it hurt me. I think I dropped back like 7 seconds. So on the green flag stop, one of the stops, I went with 2 tires, and it gained me some, but they weren't fast through the whole run. So the last stop I made, I ended up taking 4 and just enough fuel to get me by. And I was going to come in under that caution, but I didn't know how far I'd be coming back out. So I figured I'd chance it on the 4 that I put on earlier.
Yeah, and we were all talking about that. I think both Mike and I were really surprised to see that only a couple cars going in on the last couple laps there. We thought for sure with David Howard having a couple cars in between him and the cars behind him, I was quite certain we were going to see people let David get past the start or the pit entrance there and dive into pit road and come in for new tires, but nobody did it. But regardless, it was a great race. Great watching you out there. Anybody you want to give a quick shout out to?
Just family and friends.
Good deal. Well, we got the new season starting up June 3rd. We've kind of looking at these races as no points racing and but how does this third place finish get you ready for going into the new season?
It makes me feel pretty comfortable going into the new season with these cars. Just it's nice to get some racing in before the season starts. So you kind of, with the new people coming in, you kind of get a feel for how they like to race and get comfortable racing around them, so that when the points do matter, you know what you can and can't do when it comes to racing on the track.
Yep, absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish, and thanks for joining us.
Yep, thank you.
All right, well, that wraps us up. I think our next broadcast will be live June the 3rd at Iowa Speedway for the Auto Light 150. Looking forward to it.
Bring up the schedule one last time. Again, like you said, Mike, June 3rd, Iowa Speedway, June 17th, Bristol, and July 1st, Daytona. So those are the first races out of the gate. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are excited to see that. And actually, I misspoke. It's Iowa, then Michigan, then Bristol, then Watkins Glen for the first 4. So you guys can see that. But we're pretty excited about it. Again, cash payout for the winner of the chase, and cash payout for the driver that's highest going in. So pretty excited about that. So, well, I think that does it for this evening. And we'll catch you next time.